Hey guys, it is Tuesday, February 11th, 2025, and I'm back with some free VST plugins to help you with your musical adventures and endeavors. All right guys, new week, and we are still with the theme of this month, February 2025, themed with free VST plugins, 100% free, that are creative type plugins, and they might be a little bit strange, but in their own creative way. So let's jump right into it. The free VST plugins for today are as follows. These are going to be from the same developer. So let's jump right into it. All right, so first up here we have from Chow DSP, the developer Chow DSP, and the first one up is Chow Multi-Tool. So this one is pretty much straightforward. As it says, it is a multi-tool, and we'll dig a little bit deeper into the interface in a few minutes. Next up we have BYOD, which stands for Bring Your Own Distortion, and it's essentially a distortion plugin, a stomp pedal effect, like a stomp board, I should say. Stomp board pedal effect type plugin for guitars. So if you play guitars and you understand, you'll know what that means. A stomp board effect device. So we'll look into that in a minute. And last up we have Chow Matrix, which is a pretty wild delay plugin. I've talked about most of these already, and we're gonna go through them again today. Very creative, very inspirational effects. So let's jump to the site really quickly. And this is what the page will look like. And you just gotta keep scrolling down to see the different plugins they have. So the ones we're looking at today is Chow Multi-Tool. As you can see, they have a very wide range of support as far as OS, so Windows, Mac, Linux, iOS. For most of them, you can get the source code. So there's BYOD. This is another plugin we'll talk about a different time in a different month. And there goes Chow Matrix. They have some other stuff here you could check out, but that's pretty much it. Let's jump to the DAW view and see what we got going on here. So I have this little loop, and then we're gonna mess with the keyboard on there with these effects. Alright, so that's just something I threw together in 10 minutes right before I started this. What I'm gonna do is build as the week is going. So as the live streams progress throughout the week, you will hear additions to this as I showcase plugins on this. So that's kind of a cool thing to watch it progress through the week, the development of this beat. So let's look at first the multi plugin. Let's pull up this. Why am I not seeing it? There we go. All right, so let's look up, what is that? Multi-tool. There we go. So here you have it. So resizable interface, as you can see, and pretty much they have a couple of different effects that you could select within this one device. So we have an EQ. You could turn the band on. You have the different bands. Turn it on, select the type of band you want, a bell, shelf, all that stuff. Pretty intuitive. Shelf, high shelf, low shelf, low pass, high pass, all that good stuff. So a lot of options here. And I'm figuring based on what they're showing here, you could do up to 8 bands. Wave shaper. Let's see what that sounds like. All right, let's solo this piano. I hope I'm not blowing you guys' ears. Interesting. So they have all these different envelope modes for the wave shaping, hard clipping. There is oversampling up to 8x, but that's good to know. And let's try something else. There's a signal generator. Interesting. Analog EQ, which is different from the regular EQ. So the curves are going to be different. The curve options are definitely going to be different. That's how we have an analog EQ. Band splitter, okay. And then there's a brick wall. More like a brick wall filter. And yeah, you can switch high pass, low pass. I don't know why they call it brick wall. It's kind of misleading. It's a filter. Got it. A filter. Cut off. Butterworth. Oh, they have a Butterworth curve. Okay. Okay. That's eclectic. Wow. That's a weird curve. I've never seen curves like this before. I'm familiar with Butterworth, but not this Chevy shelf. Chevy Chev. I don't even know how to pronounce that. But yeah, that's interesting. This is my first time going through all of these. I like that. Interesting. Okay, so that was the multi-tool. Let's go to BYOD I don't want to drag this video out too much. So this was a setting that I was playing with earlier. We'll go through some other ones. So what BYOD is, this is more of a multi-plugin tool. So that multi-plugin tool, it's cool. It's kind of like a Swiss Army knife, the one we were just looking at before, the multi-tool. But you can only use one at a time. Kind of like a Swiss Army knife. So it's not where you can go through the different effect types and stack on top of each other, turn each one on and have them all going at the same time, or have more than one going at the same time. It's just one or the other. So it's kind of cool though. Those EQs look pretty good. Also, now with this one, this is more like a multi-plugin tool because it's emulating a stomp effect pedal that a guitarist would use. So there are a lot of effects that you can use in serial and in parallel within this interface. This kind of reminds me of FL Studio's Patcher, the kind of look and layout of it. Usually when you see an emulation of a stomp pedal, they kind of give you that visual view of the stomp board and the different pedal effects looking like real pedal effects on the screen. But this gave you a different type of layout, a more of a flat vector graphical layout. But let's listen to this effect that I had set up on that same piano loop. What is doing that? That wasn't doing that before. So here's a before. All right, let's try some other presets. So they have a bunch of presets here. That's full reset. So of course, this is meant primarily for guitars, but you can also use it in interesting ways because of the different effects that are in here. So just looking at the interface, you have your in, your out, and in between you can just right click and you have these different modules that you can add. So we got a bunch of different drive modules, tone modules, modulation, utility, and other. So definitely a good tool to have. There goes a close-up of some of these categories. Tone stuff, amp IRs, which is cool. And you're just adding them along this signal chain, as you saw with the presets. So pretty straightforward. There is mono, stereo, left and right mode down here at the bottom. Input levels, output levels, wet, dry, and then oversampling up to 16x, linear, minimal phase, all that good stuff. So definitely an interesting plugin to check out, use on your Vox, use on anything, drums, whatever you want to use it on. So it's a pretty full-featured kind of a multi-effect. You can get away with that. And then last but not least, we're going to look at Child Matrix. So what Child Matrix is, it's a reverb. Let me try and go through the interface real quick. So it is a reverb. Let me set up a preset real quickly. Oh, here. So these nodes, each one represents a new delay tap. So right now we're looking at 4 delay taps. If we go back to default, we just have 2 delay taps. I can turn it's solo 1. So for each delay tap, we have control over delay time, the panning of the delay, feedback, gain, low pass, high pass, and pitch. So you can even change the pitch of your delay. And then for each node that you have, you're gonna have access to all those same settings again to dial that in. And you can keep adding more nodes by just right-clicking, or is it left-clicking? I don't remember how to use this thing. It's been a while. I don't know why it's not adding to the... Maybe a control click? Yes. So control click removes stuff. Shift click, there we go. So shift click will enable you to add more. But the thing is, you can add off of one delay. So this delay 1 would feed into 2, and then the 2 could have totally different settings, but its settings are now going to be applied to what's coming out of delay tap 1. And you can set all those settings here, your delay time, which right now is set to free mode. You can click here, right here at the bottom where it says sync free. You can change it to sync, and then you're going to get subdivisions, and you can set it to the different subdivisions, but 1 will feed into 2, and then whatever settings you set for 2, it'll process that off of the delay signals that's coming off of node 1, and you can go crazy with that. So they have a dice button down here, and you can hit the dice and get some randomization with settings. So hit shift click and add a bunch of nodes. And you can also add these nodes in serial and in parallel to each other. Definitely check out the manual, it'll tell you the details. Let me go for a preset and see what happens. If you notice, there's movement here that has to do with the mode and this insanity slider. Got a lot of crazy thing going on. And then at the bottom here, you have your dry wet. So you can bring your dry signal up to 1, 0, and then blend in the wet. And then there's all these different modes here that will dictate the movement. So you can use this delay in a very conventional way, save your presets, or you can go crazy, like it says. This is just madness. But that'll be more of a sound design case. Yeah, so they mess with the pitch on that preset to try and do chords. Yeah, it can get chaotic, but you can use it like a very standard, straightforward delay with a bunch of taps, or you can get very, very creative with it. So I like the flexibility of that delay because you could take your sound to a whole nother stratosphere. So that's pretty much it, guys. Check out the link in the description. It will take you to that blog page where you can click on the corresponding download link for those free plugins, 100% free. Also, there's a link in the description for my video series on PC specs and how it relates to music production. So if you're looking to understand how your computer's internal components helps to power your DAW for a smooth experience when you are creating, mixing, mastering, tracking, editing, this series will help you understand how that works. If you're having any issues, it'll give you some insight on what the problem may be and what you need to look into when you want to get your next system or upgrade your current system for better performance. There's also a link in the description for these videos that I do multiple times a week, a growing playlist. So if you're looking for more free VST plugins, 100% free, definitely check out that playlist. It's a lot of videos there. I think it's over 370 videos now, or we're close to that, because I do these weekly. So if you're looking for more free VST plugins, 100% free, definitely check out some of those other videos and check out the download links there. There is also a link in the description for a playlist for the new video series that I started this year called 52 Weeks of Reaper, where every Saturday I release a new video featuring a great feature in Reaper, focusing on different features in Reaper for 52 weeks, highlighting what makes this DAW so amazing and such an important part of my workload and my workflow as a music producer slash songwriter. So definitely check out those videos. We have 6 videos up. It should be 6 weeks now. This Saturday coming will be week 7, and it's gonna be a doozy. So definitely check those out and stay tuned for Saturday's video. That's about it, guys. Link to all my socials is in the description also, and it's at the end of the blog page if you want to connect that way. Otherwise, check back tomorrow. I should be doing another live stream presenting you guys with more free plugins for February 2025 themed with creative plugins. some of them might get a little strange. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. And as always, you will see me in the next video.